Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 229. And I am actually in my hotel room at this casino. And just want to give you the lowdown as to what's been going on, catch you up on everything. It is Thursday, November 7th. I ended the last episode at midnight and started this episode. Since that episode ended, I played poker. I played 1-2 no limit and ended up leaving after about 35 or 40 minutes because they were closing the table. It was late and they were closing tables, and I ended up ahead $160 on the 1-2 no limit. I actually had some decent variance and I did a good job. Got every bluff through. All my bets were working well and just did a really good job. And the table was good too. We played a lot of hands. People took 3 seconds to make a decision and just stuck to it and did it, and it was over and we moved on. So that was really good. I also played some slots, primarily one machine where I was involved as much as $800 and at $5 a spin, and ended up leaving that ahead $147. And so starting off the new day, we're ahead about $300. If you include yesterday with today, up about $1,750 for this trip. So not great, but not terrible. I would love to be able to get home with a couple thousand more dollars and just go home and get ready for my Friday trip, which will be a whole different region. And Friday is when the furniture is getting delivered from the Amish, so I'm excited about that. Right now, it's about 2:30 in the morning. I'm going to get a couple hours sleep, get up early for a meeting I have, and go down to the casino probably 4 o'clock in the morning when nobody's around, and double check all the machines and stuff, and then come back up to the room and get ready for my day. And I'm hoping to be home early. I believe we have a meeting with one of my kids' teachers. For some reason, people don't really do teachers' meetings anymore, but we're going to make it a point to have a meeting with every teacher for all of our kids, just to know what's going on, because we feel like we're not getting enough information. So that's what's going on right now, and I'm going to get some rest, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, good morning. I am getting ready to go down to the casino. I woke up on time, around 4:30 or so, and decided not to go down, take a look. Couple reasons why. I was very tired, for one, and it had only been a couple hours and it wasn't very busy. So I slept, and right now it's about 8 o'clock. Just took a shower, ready to go, and I'm going to head down right now. I do have a meeting starting that I don't have to participate in, so I'll have that meeting turned on and in my pocket while I'm walking around. And then we'll leave this area and head to another area and hopefully hit 2 to 3 casinos in that area before continuing from there. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. Just leaving this place. I was a little annoyed by a couple things that happened in there, but nothing worth mentioning. I think just some misleading stuff, but I really didn't find anything to play this morning. I think I played one game, maybe two, and I ended up ahead $60 on slots. No high limit blackjack was open. Low limit blackjack was free bet only, and a bunch of carnival games, so I didn't play any of that. And we're going to move on to another area. I had my meeting, and now we're moving on. So it's a nice day, very bright day outside. You ever go to a casino and spend about 5 or 6 hours inside and then come out and get smacked in the face with the sun? Whew, that's what I'm feeling right now. It's like 54 degrees outside, and we're going to head on to the next area. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So kind of eventful in there. Went in, looked at slots, immediately saw a guy that lives about an hour from here looking at slots, and I knew I wasn't going to find anything. And I'm not kidding, I found nothing. I was in there, I don't know how long, 2 hours. Didn't find any slot plays at all. Sat down at a low-limit blackjack table. There was a guy playing $200 hands at the table when I got there, and I was just losing and losing and losing. And I thought, hey, I like losing. Why don't I sit at this table? So I sit down, start playing. Just bad luck all the way through. I mean, not incredibly bad. I mean, like, you've got 20s and 21s and you're pushing and losing. But at least you got some pushes and stuff in there. It's not like sometimes I'll go somewhere and I'll win 3 or 4 or 5 hands the whole shoe. It wasn't quite that bad, but he was losing like crazy. And we started a second shoe. Another guy comes to the table, buys in for $100. And the one guy, the first guy, has a friend with him. His friend's giving him advice, and his advice is always wrong, and telling him to bet the side bet and do all these different things. And eventually he ends up losing all his money, which was about, I don't know, maybe, while I was there, maybe 3,000 or so. And he ends up leaving. The other guy ends up leaving, and it's just me by myself. And I'm doing like a 1 to 10 spread on a low limit table, and I'm ahead about 450, have a good high count, and I'm pressing and pressing, and end up losing 7 hands in a row, puts me down, and then continue to lose and get down to my last bet before things start turning around. I was only in for 500, so I can't complain, but I ended up leaving that table plus 600, so for the second time here in 2 days, plus 600, and then looked at slots and found nothing again. And hold on one second. Sorry, I was at a stop sign or traffic light, and I had gotten some chicken nachos from this casino, which I've never gotten before. They're really good, but it was like enough for like 3 people. So there's a homeless guy on the corner, a couple of them, and I gave him the rest of the nachos. Better than me throwing them away. Anyway, so I looked at slots again, found nothing again, eventually went back to low-limit blackjack again, started playing, and eventually left when another player came to the table. Was very disruptive. The count wasn't very good, and just ended up leaving ahead another 225, so plus 225 more there. Did a lot of walking, and then it was too early to get lunch, and I didn't want to get breakfast, so that was partially the reason I played that second blackjack session, but that all worked out, thankfully, so no problem there. And then, like I said, I got those chicken nachos, and my God, those were enormous. I took a picture. I might post it. It is huge. It had to have been 4 pounds worth of food. So, and they asked me if I wanted chicken or beef, and beef is a code word for not good meat, because if they say steak, then it's chunks of meat that's been cut with a knife. But beef, you can mix whatever you want into a stew of ears and noses and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I always either get steak or chicken. No beef, no beefy, nothing like that. Anyway, right now, so far so good. Some rumblings from work. They want me to work on something which I don't fully understand, but I will work on it tonight. Definitely need to be home. Oh yeah, I gotta be home early because we do have a teacher's, what do you call it, where you meet with the kids' teacher. So I gotta make sure that I'm home in time for that. But the next matter at hand is maybe blackjack, maybe slots at this next casino. Let's go in, take a look around, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, heading back to my car. This casino, and this one was kind of interesting. Again, no slots, nothing available. Walked around everywhere, saw a degenerate friend of mine. He's like, "Joe, how you doing? Where you been?" And I'm like, just walking around looking over here, not finding anything. And it was a game that he knows, even though he's a degenerate, he knows this game. And he was kind of embarrassed that he was playing it at that level, but then again, everything he plays is at the wrong level. And he goes, I know that's a miserable number. I said, well, it's getting close, but it's not quite there. He's like, yeah, but I actually started at this number. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty bad. And he's like, if you see anything you want to play, let me know, because he wants me to use his player's card, because he knows I fire, and I would get him a lot of points. But I'm not doing that anyway. I'm not going to go look for you if I find a play. And anyway, sorry, I feel like the sound is going to be really bad here because I put it so far away from me. Let me get it a little closer to me. So I got to be honest with you. I got a little bit of a stomach ache from those nachos. Yeah, maybe that wasn't the best idea. Cheese and grease. But I'd never had them before, and they tasted good. But anyway, so no slots. I went to play some blackjack, and the blackjack was all full, and it was bad tables. So I ended up finally finding a table with a pit boss that was a friend of mine, and decent rules, 6 deck. And I sat down at that table and started playing and lost every hand the first $500. And that was like, oh man, here we go. Things are going so good, and then even at low limits, I got to lose all this money. But the second 500 went a lot better, and I had a nice run, and I had one shoe where I had a nice run all the way to the finish, to the end of the shoe, and I ended up leaving that table ahead $750. So what are we noticing here? When I have more room to play, I'm making it work. I mean, obviously I've had some decent sessions lately, but when the limits are lower and I've got more room to spread, obviously the bigger the spread, the better, but also you're not in CTR trouble. That can get you in a lot of problems, because if I'm starting a hand and I'm in 8,000 already and it calls for $1,000 hand, if I'm splitting and doubling, I'm screwed. Or I might not be able to split. That happened to me one time in Vegas. And I had money in the room, but not enough on me. And I had a huge $3,000 split, 2 7s against a 6, and I couldn't split it. And that, I don't know if I've talked about that one before, but that one ended up to be a big pain in the ass, because they're supposed to give you as much time as you want, but they said you have to make a move. And I ended up staying, and I would have won both hands. But instead I lost. Anyway, I talked to my host after that. That was years ago. And he ended up giving me like 2 big suites, multi-bedroom suites, and some cash and stuff to play with next time. So I kind of got my money back, but I'd rather have cash than rooms. And you understand that. So then, as I'm leaving this area, I'm walking to the cashier. He's like, I hear this guy, hey, what are you doing here? And I'm like, uh-oh. And it was a guy that plays at a casino about 6 hours from here. And I see him there all the time, like at least once a week. And he's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh, I'm just playing. What are you doing? And he's like, I'm here for work. I'm like, yeah, I'm here for work too. Because that's what I tell all the casino people. That's the reason I don't have a card. I'm here for work, blah, blah, blah. All these different reasons. Anyway, talked to him for a few minutes, and then I just left the casino. But now my stomach is talking to me. It's rumbling a little bit. And unfortunately, my next stop is over an hour away. So I'm a little concerned here. Hopefully, I got some water and stuff here, some iced tea. So hopefully I'll be okay. But at this point, it's still cool out. It's a nice day, man. 54 degrees outside. Actually, I want to make one more stop here in the area, and I'll come back and update you. All right, guys, I am back. Man, I didn't realize I was in there so long. I was in there over an hour. Man, what a journey that was. That was kind of crazy. I walk in. I'm trying to just think back here. Let me see. Played one game, I was ahead $60 right away, and I can't even remember what it was. Let me think. When I walk in, I go, I don't even recall. Oh, I know what it was. And then I go find another one, which is not one of my favorites like it used to be. Things have just changed. It's harder to win. You rarely find it in good position, and then you end up settling for an okay level, and then it's shaky, and you wonder why. But I lost on that one. I lost about 220 on that one, and that brought me way down. Then found a couple other plays, got me back to minus like 50, 60, and then another play got me to even. And then there was one machine that I had looked at when I walked in. There was a lady on there. I came by about 3 times, and she was on there. Finally, she was gone. I play it. I'm ahead like $160 right away, but the play isn't over, so it's kind of like, but the count's still high, so don't leave, keep putting your money in. And so I kept on going, and I gave up the 160 that I was ahead, and I was down 160, and it kept on playing until I finished the play and ended the session and that machine ahead 190 overall, so plus $190 at that spot. I did have $10 in food, so I got fruit juice and another drink, and so I can just relax and enjoy myself. Right now I'm heading toward home, still trying to figure things out here for tomorrow, about what I'm going to do and all that kind of stuff. I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. I just want to give you an update here. I think yesterday overall I ended up ahead 1,950 approximately. Don't add it up and say it's 1947, 1950 approximately. And then today I'm up 2,100, so 19 and 21, $4,050 over the last 2 days. So that's a nice little chunk, and we'll take that added to what we've already done for the week. Very successful, not including the election. I'm not going to include the election or the credit card money that I pulled out until, actually I can include the credit card now because I've already done it, and the election stuff I've only pulled out about 4,000 of the funds. I'm waiting for the rest of it to clear the betting site for it to settle completely, and then I'll have the rest of that. But if we include that, I think we're up 8 or 9 for the week, something like that. So that's a nice week. So all good. Let's talk a little bit here. Trying to think about yesterday and what happened yesterday, what I ate yesterday. What did you eat today, MW? Well, today for sure, I had those nachos that tasted delicious, but within 20 minutes, I was having some extreme pain, and so I will not order those ever again. What did I eat yesterday? I did have some lightly breaded chicken breast, like chicken strips, but chicken breast yesterday. And then what else did I have? I have no idea. But the nachos I would give, in taste, I would give a Jack on a scale of 2 through Ace. But overall, knowing how I felt, I give it a 4 on a scale of 2 through Ace. Never again. And then, what did you tip today, MW? I have to tell you, playing the lower limit tables and getting blackjacks, you end up with a lot of $5 and $2.50 chips. So it's easier to tip with those. And with that being said, I tipped $0 yesterday and today. So eat that, casino, $0. There was no reason to tip. And the more I think about it, unless you just want to be friendly with someone and you want them to like you, which in a few cases I do that, but normally there's absolutely zero reason to tip. I'm more convinced of that now than I ever have been. So anyway, All right. Oh shoot. I need to get some gas. I just had a really good price on gas, but 5 miles behind me. We're not going to do that. Let's try this place. I bet you it's on this exit though, so let me slow down, get in the right lane just in case. Yeah, it's on this exit. Nice price. What is this price here? $2.72. Not bad. I've seen lower. But I'm going to stop and get some gas right now, and then we'll continue on the trip. I'll be back. All right, guys, as we continue our trip home, tomorrow I am not chained down to a certain area, so I might do something I've never done before. So I might go to a casino I've never visited before. I'm going to get that all planned out, and I may be able to put it together. We're going to see. I just hate to go out of my comfort zone right now because I have things so finely tuned. I feel like I know where to go, which day to go, and how long to go, what time of day to go to make the most money. And I feel like a day for me is worth about $1,000. And if I decide to change things tomorrow and I make less than $1,000, or even worse, I lose money, or something bad happens, or I get backed off, or something weird happens, that wouldn't be very fun. But I'm thinking about doing it. I'm going to get it planned out tonight, and I'm thinking to get to that area. There are a couple different paths. One takes me, I think the shortest path, I have to look at the map, but may not take me near any casino. But there is one path that takes me by one casino, another path that takes me by 3 casinos. However, if I stop at those 3 casinos and go to the one I'm going for, I will definitely run out of time. So I may have to leave early in the morning, like 4 a.m., in order to be able to get back home by tomorrow evening. And remember, tomorrow is the day that the new furniture is being delivered. I'm so excited about it. Can't wait to see it, and I'd hate to get home at midnight and not get to, enjoy it with the family. So we'll see what happens with that. Worst case, I may move this trip to next Wednesday and try it on that day. Actually, we'd have to go to... Yeah, it could go to next Wednesday, Thursday, because now all my Wednesdays are going to be overnights. I'm going to try that. I don't know. I'll let you know when I decide. For now, continuing my trip home, 55 degrees outside, clear skies, beautiful sun, light breeze, beautiful day. I'm going to sit back and enjoy the ride and be happy, have some peace and quiet for an hour or two before I get home. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.